Hey everybody! Well, I want to give you a recipe or a couple ideas maybe of what I made. And to me it was very good. Well, my son liked it, and my husband said he didn't like it, but you know what? I saw a bunch of spoons in the sink, and my husband doesn't think I can see him, but there's a little window that we have in between the kitchen and the living room, and every time he goes in there to sneak food, or he goes in there to get his coffee, when his cup is out here in the living room, I see him, and he's just very quiet in the kitchen all of a sudden. Uh-huh. He's going for coffee. Oh, hello, Bailey. That's my doggy. He has to be nosy. Hello. Hi, baby. Okay. Well, anyway, let me get my tea. So, what you do is, this is just a pasta salad side dish, or you can use it as an entree. I wouldn't recommend it as an entree. I don't think there's enough for it. But anyway, it's delicious. To me it is, anyway. And if you don't like what I'm gonna put in it, which is this, it's Hidden Valley. It's a new flavor. It's Greek yogurt dressing, but it's ranch flavor. You can always use just plain ranch dressing by Hidden Valley. But this is only 60 calories per serving. I don't know what the serving is, but you're going to use a cup of it. Excuse me. Okay. Have a sip. Sweet tea. We're in the South. That's what we drink. Okay. So, I used a half a pound of Orzos. They're itty bitty, shaped like this, like an oval pasta. Cook them for 10 minutes, and while they're boiling, well, after the water boils, and of course you put salt in the water, you want it to be really nice and salty, you cook it for 10 minutes after the water boils. While that's happening, dice up some green onion, I used a half of a cucumber. Peel it, slice it, and take the seeds out. Chop it up into cubes. Then use a red tomato. Well, there's yellow tomatoes too, you know. I know, that sounded stupid, didn't it? But yes, there is yellow tomatoes. Oh, brother. It's been a week of weeks. Anyhow, yeah, okay, so we have the green onion, which we called in New York scallions, but the cucumber, chopped up and seeded, tomato. I take the skin off the tomato, and I take out a lot of the seeds, because the seeds are not good in my stomach. Anybody who has any kind of colon problems or gastrointestinal problems, don't use the seeds. Take them out. And red onion. When you have your onion, cut it in half and just cut it in very thin circles. And then you just want to chop them up a little bit. What else? Salt, pepper, dillweed. You don't have to use that, but I use it because my nephew Scotty has me hooked on that. I use that stuff in everything. Seriously, I do. But don't oversalt it. I think there's a lot of salt or something in that yogurt. Anyway, when the pasta is done, drain it really good. Put it in a bowl, put all of that stuff in there. And it says also, they recommended to use bacon and crumble that in. If you're really a big fan on bacon, which I love bacon, and I will eat bacon on everything, pretty much. But this, I don't know. I don't think it really fits in there. So that's your, if you want to have it, that's your prerogative. Use bacon. Um, just stir it up really, really good. And it's great hot or cold. If you don't like yogurt, it doesn't taste like yogurt. Um, but if you don't like the flavor of this, you can use plain ranch dressing. You could use plain mayonnaise. It does take away from it a little bit, but I happen to like it. It's got a nice flavor. It's not really harsh. It's not real strong. Um, it's it's a little bit lighter flavor of ranch dressing, and I do like ranch dressing. It's one of my favorites. That and Caesar Caesar dressing. Anyhow, it's really delicious. You gotta try it. Really, you do. And then let's see. Tonight I used it actually tonight on I made chicken breasts that I roasted in the oven. It was supposed to be for 2 meals. That's not going to happen because I ate one breast for supper and there was 2 left over. I don't know, but it was a fairly good sized package. I'm not going to say anything. Use your imaginations. Anyway, I took one of them and a small piece of the breast, and I cut it up really, really fine in my little blender. I put in a green onion. I put in a slice of the red onion, and like a little chicken salad kind of thing, sort of going on. I used one tiny, tiny, tiny garlic clove. I didn't want to go all garlicky on my husband, get kicked out of the house for the night or whatever. And I used that Greek yogurt on it again, because he was sitting there eating some homemade salsa that Carrie brought home from her boyfriend's grandmother, I believe, made it. Delicious, really, really, really delicious. It had great flavor, but it was too everything is spicy for me, no matter what it is. Plain pepper will burn my stomach and my throat and everything. And I miss out on that because that salsa was so delicious. Anyway, he was eating that with some, I guess, corn chips. And so I said, I want something to snack on. I don't, there's nothing in here. We're trying to kind of like get rid of stuff in the fridge since we'll be going away. But I took that chicken and I made like a salad, like I said, and I put that Greek yogurt in it. And it was so delicious. And I used the rest of the chips that was left over, which wasn't a heck of a lot, to eat it with. Yeehaw! I got a little snack in there. But because every night I've been eating, whoa, sorry, I dropped you, and me. I've been eating tomatoes from our landlord's garden and Spencer's grandma's garden. They were so delicious. These things are just, I can eat them all the time. And I've been eating them every night with either red wine vinegar or red wine vinegar with garlic, which we just bought a bottle of it, and Sean complains to me. Didn't we just buy that? Yes, but I eat it every night, pretty much lately, because I want to lose the weight, and I am, and I think it is the vinegar that's helping me. They say vinegar does make you lose weight. P.S. We bought a bottle of the red wine vinegar with garlic flavoring. It's delicious, really, really delicious. But I knocked it off the counter. I was having an oopsie dropsy night, which is fairly regular. And I spilled half of the bottle, if not more. So, But tonight I didn't want a tomato. I'm just like, I want something else. I really did want him to take me out for an ice cream cone, like a little kid. But I fell asleep in the chair. Just after dinner, we just ate dinner and I conked out. And that was the end of that. So, um, what else? There was some things that I wanted to tell you, little tips on something. Oh, on that show, The Kitchen, that I watch, they were showing how you can put cinnamon sticks in your coffee grounds before you brew your coffee, and it'll make you have like a cinnamon flavor to it. If you're into like pumpkin spice, uh, pumpkin flavored, cinnamon flavor, all of that stuff, especially now that summer's almost over, or fall's coming up, people like that. And you could put lemon rind, or not lemon, orange rind in the coffee. You could put, if you have an espresso machine, I guess it is, you can buy little squares of chocolate that have caramel in it. You put the caramel in the bottom of your cup, and then you put the espresso press, and it makes coffee or something like that, and you pour that in over the chocolate, and that sounds so good if you drink espresso coffee. I've been cutting down on my coffee lately because I'm hyper enough, and I drink tea like it's going out of style, and I gotta have my tea as soon as I get up in the morning and until I go to bed at night. Anyway, my husband was telling me some guy was killed here in town, which is not far from my house, and my lovely children. I'm not going to tell you that. I can't tell you. Anyway, they didn't identify the body, and he told me, watch the news, you'll see, whatever. They didn't say who did it. They don't know how it was done, but it was done on a back street. Gives me heebie-jeebies in my Whittakin dinghy. It scares me. Sort of. I'm not really afraid of things like that much, but I don't like it being that close to home, especially when I have, if I have my grandchildren sleeping over or something like that. I mean, this house, you go straight downstairs. If you open the front door, you can see straight down into the basement. And it's my son's bedroom also down there, or his apartment, whatever. Not really an apartment, but it's his personal space. But it's kind of creepy at night, or it could be. Anyway, I don't generally go down there at night unless I'm doing laundry, and then I put on all the lights in the house. But yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't sound good that a guy was killed in town here, and they don't know who it is, or whatever. Anyway, we're getting ready for the speech trip, and I can't wait. Cannot wait. I just want to lay there, pick up some shells, take some walks. We got a new camera, and I haven't been able to talk to my husband because he's been studying up on it and taking pictures and doing all kinds of things. And I gotta say, in one day, he has learned an awful lot about photography. But I'm sure his friends told him a lot about it, or showed him some things, gave him some tips or whatever. And he took a picture of a tree, and we have like a little lamp post out there with a little round ball on top, kind of something you would see in like It's a Wonderful Life. And the way he made that picture, it looks like a portrait. It's so pretty. I want him to print it out so I can put it in a frame and put it on my wall. And I just, really, really pretty. So when we go to the beach, we're going to go to different things like Fort Anderson. There's a mansion down in there. Sleepy Hollow was filmed in that area. There was an old broken down church, and there's a battlefield there, and they still have the humps of dirt where the soldiers were hiding behind and stuff. So I'm gonna see what he does with the photography there. And there's a lot of those moss trees that hang down, beautiful. So we'll see, you know. And I can't. I just want to make it a nice, relaxing time with our friends Larry and Renee. And we always have a great time with them because they're funny as heck. Both of them. It's Lucy and Ethel, me and her and I. She's so funny. Her accent. Larry, honey, do you want something, darling? You want some coffee? Coffee, I think she says. I can't, I don't know. Sometimes I can't understand what she says and I have to say it. What'd you just say? And she'll say it again and I'm like, wait a minute, back up again. Say that again. And then, oh, that's what you said. She must think I'm not right. Well, I'm not, but who cares, right? And so then when we get home, that'll make August go by fast. And then November, our little grandchild will be born. And we'll see what happens with that. That's to be continued, that's for sure. So, I'm trying to think of what else. There's different things I wanted to tell you that I had tips on. I don't know. Oh, they said you can make cinnamon sugar by making simple syrup, which is, to them, they said equal parts, but I don't make it equal parts, of water and sugar. You boil it in a pot, and you take vanilla bean, or you could use vanilla extract. Oh, geez. That's like the other day I tried to say Mount Rushmore, and I kept saying Mount Mushmore. And then once I started saying that, I couldn't get back to what I was trying to say. Anyway, you take vanilla bean, and you put it in that sugar water, and then you put it in a jar and let it cool, and it's, oh my gosh, it's delicious. I bought a bottle of that, or somebody gave it to me, and it was, I think it was from, Burke Outlet or something, but it was delicious. It was really good, and it's good to put in your tea if you're having hot tea or something. Just put a tiny little bit in. It's delicious. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, I generally make something like 16 cans of cookies for Christmas time. But now my hands are all arthritic. You could see the little lumps on my hand, and they get locked up. I shouldn't do that because they will get locked up. In fact, I went to braid Carrie's hair for her because she was going to go to work and she wanted it French braided, and my hands were like this inside her braid, and they got stuck that way. And I needed help to pop them all out. They're just all really, really bad. So I'm going to be going to the doctor for that when I get back from the beach too. That and my legs and feet. Terrible thing to have. But I've lost more weight. That'll be a good thing. Trying to think, what else? Oh, I was singing on the video to I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston, and Sean started singing it, and I got him singing it really good, and it was cute. It was really cute. But he caught me. Because I was also trying to take a picture of the mountains. They looked really gorgeous that day. And he said, "Oh, God, you have to be recording this. Don't let me see it on Facebook." So I said, "What the hell? Oh, what the heck?" And I just deleted it. Anyway, excuse me. No, I've not been drinking. But maybe I should start. I do, actually. Every once in a while I have some wine. And sometimes more than once in a while. To kind of relax me. Oh, by the way, see all my burns on my face on the top? I could see them now. Last year, when we went to the beach, I did not listen. I didn't put on sunscreen. And I figured, because in New York, I never got burned. I'd get really, really dark. I actually looked Spanish or Puerto Rican. I didn't even look Italian. But my sister's oven had blown up on me. Luckily, I asked my mom to watch the baby. We were all going to go someplace that night, and I did her a favor while her and her husband were working. And I let the oven... I turned on the stove, but I didn't light the pilot light. And the windows were closed, and it was a tiny little apartment, really tiny, and like a studio. I lit the pilot light 45 minutes later, so it blew up on me. And if you could see, all this here is a burn from it, and around here, and here, and here, and here. My chest area. But it didn't show up. It hasn't shown up until last year when I stayed out in the sun. I was Krispy Kreme. Literally. And Renee and Larry and Shawnee and Big Sean kept telling me, get out of the sun, get out of the sun. But it wasn't until I got very, very dizzy and my son looked at me and did not like the way I looked. And he took me over and said, sit down, Mama. And he made me sit on the cooler. And I think he put water on me or something. I can't even remember. I was stupid, actually. So if anybody goes to the beach this year, let me be a lesson to you. This does not look good. And it also doesn't help with the darkness under my eyes. I burnt all this completely. I couldn't even talk. We tried everything. So, okay, so I'm taping for 23 minutes. Oh, last night two guys were trying to rap. And they were white boys, but they were trying to sound like they were black. And I can rap. Really, I can. At my age, I can rap and everything. But everything was disgusting. The words that they were using were the F word, the B word, and they're going to do this and that, and the N word. And I abhor that. It just makes me sick. And so they were live, and I'm sitting there listening to these guys and thinking, I don't know. I had to put a comment. I just had to. I said, first of all, y'all are white. You're not black or anything else, and your mouths are filthy. And if I was your girlfriend, I would feel pretty low about myself for what you're saying, because they were degrading themselves, their girlfriends, or women. So the guys out there today, I don't know what they're thinking. But they really need to get a grip on life. And some of the girls too. Keep your knees locked. Keep them locked. That's all I got to say. It's not like it back in the day. Well, yes it was, but it was more taboo, I guess. Okay, I'm just rambling here, and this is ridiculous. I'm driving myself crazy talking to myself on the camera to you guys. Yeah, that made a lot of sense. Well, anyway, try that dish. It's really, really delicious. Oh, and that meatloaf that I made, I also put cumin in it. But don't put too much cumin in it. If you do, you'll regret it because it tastes not good. Just a little, about a tablespoon, and just mix it up really, really good. But try that recipe. That meatloaf recipe was, ooh, so good. And I'm not a big meatloaf person. I really am not. Try it. It was really delicious. And try this recipe tonight. And if you like it, let me know. Somebody text me. Okay? All right. I love you guys. Everybody have a good night's sleep and have a nice day tomorrow. God bless you all. Good night.